is in the summer?
July.
Oh.
All right. Call to order the Board of Education regular meeting. It's Monday, June 9th, 2025. The Board of Education makes available at least one current copy of the Open Meetings Act, which is posted on the west wall of the meeting room and accessible to members of the public. Will you please stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with me? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we will start with our consent agenda. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the consent agenda as presented, including
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
approval of the agenda as submitted, approval of minutes of the regular Board of Education meeting on May 12, 2025, approval of proposed accounts for payment, approval of budgetary receipts and expenditures for May 2025, approval of the resignation of Diana McClure, High School Special Education, approval of contracts for 2025-2026, Jaden Schultes, Elementary Special Education, Julie Hines, Teacher of Visually Impaired, Amy Daly, School Psychologist.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. Treasurer's report, Jason.
So, Treasurer's report for the month of May, for the June board meeting. General fund expenditures, payroll was $1,842,646.62. Bills, $585,831.09, which brought the total general fund expenditures to $2,428,477.71. So we are now 9/12 or 3/4 of the way through the budget cycle. The general fund is at 70.39% expended, which means 4.6% is remaining for expense if we were at the 75% level, or 3/4. This is important as we do have very large expenses remaining yet that you will see coming in the next month. We got our first installment of the turf, the new turf that's in. So we got the first bill on that. We have bleacher maintenance to work on, vehicle purchases, final playground expenses coming through, and then as you've seen, multiple computer replacements, we still have those to finalize as well. And as you saw the list of projects at the last committee of the whole meeting, we're still working on getting all those done. So the budget's in good shape, but you will start to see that gap narrow in terms of the amount that has been expended versus what is there as excess.
Okay, thanks, Jason. Are there any items that the board would like to pull off the consent agenda for further discussion? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. Okay, next up, outstanding recognition, business friend of the month. Mr. Alexander.
So our business friend of the month could not make it tonight, but I will just extend I'm proud to recognize and extend thanks to Keep Beatrice Beautiful as our business friend of the month. Ashley Hawks and her board were very instrumental in helping us align the tree ceremony for kids. The dedication to environmental stewardship and community enhancement has made a lasting impact on our district and our students that they were part of in regards to the tree planting ceremony. They were very helpful in coordinating, supporting, and implementing the hands-on activities that made the event not only educational, but also a memorable experience for our students. In addition to this most recent project, Keep Beatrice Beautiful has been a valued partner in other school improvement efforts, including their support in partnering with the painting of the rear side of the maintenance building, which needed that a few years back, and their efforts to significantly improve the appearance and pride of our facilities is greatly appreciated. So we are grateful for their continued investment in our schools and community, and we thank Keep Beatrice Beautiful for being partners with our school.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Next up, information portion. Start with the board reports. First up, Staff Relations Committee. Eric.
Good evening. First off, it's an honor to serve on this committee with Marissa and Chuck. We all attended 3 meetings for the Staff Relations Committee in all 3 of our schools. April 24th, we were at the middle school, May 1st, high school, and May 8th, the elementary school. We sat down in the break rooms, cafeteria, or commons area for a little over an hour, and I believe these meetings were very effective. First, we would like to thank all the administrators in the school who accommodated us, especially with the hectic year coming to an end. We appreciate it, and we would like to thank the teachers and staff who took time to sit down with us, to talk to us, and share some ideas and concerns with the board. This committee is very valuable to Beatrice Public Schools because it gives us somewhat of an inside look to the day-to-day grind our staff goes through. And it shows that we are very appreciative and approachable, and we can encourage it, that we're in there and they're seeing our faces there. I think it is important that our presence in the school not only be a reminder for us why we serve, but also a show that we do care and we do want what's best for our kids. That we are not just a seat that sits up here and votes without seeing and appreciating what is happening in our public schools. A couple items we did discuss. At the middle school, we did discuss the need of a better schedule, possibly more time efficient. Does everyone really need a study hall in the middle school? Maybe it's for kids that are in need of it. And maybe have a more career directed opportunity in the middle school. At the high school, a couple policies we discussed that could possibly take a look at. I know there's some discussion about it at the unicameral, but our dress code and also the zero tolerance code in reference to fighting. At the elementary, I was trying to think about what we were talking about, and it seemed like we were just touching bases everywhere with all the teachers as they came in. And honestly, we just kind of took it in and enjoyed that beautiful school. And we did discuss a little bit about the issue with the drainage when it rains, that if it is in the works to getting fixed. I know that's an issue. It was an amazing year, a historic year with our new elementary school, and I know that we are all eager to attend more of these meetings in the future. So, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Eric. All right, next up, public forum, citizens requests for comments, and seeing we have not received any requests, we will move on to the action portion. We will start with approval of walk-in cooler and freezer replacement for Beatrice Middle School. Can I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the replacement of a walk-in cooler and freezer from Tech Masters for $24,322.52.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric and Dr. Nielsen.
Okay, so the middle school walk-in cooler and freezer, this is one piece of equipment that we have been working on for years. We are slowly getting it back to where it needs to be, but it needs new condensing units and evaporators to ensure the units are functioning properly. So we've worked to gain quotes from 2 different companies. We are asking the board to approve the Tech Masters quote for $24,322.52. So we can make sure it's up and running by August.
Okay. Any questions by the board?
Just
Seeing none, can I have your votes, please? Motion passes. All right, next up, approval of contracts with speech and language pathologists for the 25-26 school year. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the contracts with Renee Lammers, Logan Spilker, Claire Pfeiffer, and Chelsea Yokel, speech-language pathologist for the 2025-2026 school year.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. And Jason.
Yes, Mrs. Corbury-Hoekstra couldn't be here this evening, so I'm taking over SPED coordinator role just to inform you that all of these contracts that are in front of you are renewal contracts for the 25-26 school year. The speech language pathologists have provided great quality of service, and we look forward to their return in the fall. Great to be able to retain them. Logan is a 0.8 FTE or full-time equivalency, working birth and pre-K. Claire is a 1.0 FTE, working lower elementary, and Chelsea is a 0.4 FTE, working with the preschools, and Renee is a 1.0 FTE, working with the middle and the high school. The only change in the FTE is that Chelsea will go from 0.6 FTE to 0.4 FTE. So when you calculate all those FTEs together, that gives us the necessary equivalency to handle the number of kids with speech language needs in the district.
Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, can I have your votes, please? The motion passes. All right, next up, approval of contract with occupational therapist for 25-26 school year. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the contract with Emily Zarbanicki, occupational therapist, for the 2025-2026 school year.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. Jason.
Okay, so again, we're looking forward to Emily returning and continuing to be our occupational therapist team in the coming school year. She's done a great job and we're excited to have her back. She will continue to focus on the elementary level and pick up some birth to 3-year-olds as well. Emily's FTE will continue at 0.8 FTE.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? Motion passes. Next up, approval of breakfast and lunch prices for the 25-26 school year. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the breakfast and lunch prices for the 2025-2026 school year as presented.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. Dr. Nielsen.
Okay, so on Thursday, last week, the USDA released the PLE tool, which is the paid lunch equity tool. So I was able to work on calculating all the lunch prices and making sure that we were where we needed to be. So as we look at the tool, it helps us to make sure that our nutrition services budget stays in the black, because we know that we always have to have a positive balance in that fund. We can never go negative. So when you put in the numbers, our current average price paid is $4.01. So to get to that weighted average, we have to continually increase our prices. And the thing is this year, just like last year, if you look at the document attached, we increased our the prices by 10 cents. This year we are needing to increase the prices by 10 cents as well to continue to maintain our growth. If we chose, our nutrition services budget does a great job. If we chose to not increase, we could do that. But then what would happen is we would start increasing by 20 cents, by 30 cents, by 50 cents in 1 year. I would rather do small incremental raises because that tends to make sense. Your free and reduced lunch prices stay the same, milk stayed the same as well. And so as we also, one of the other things that I communicated earlier or in May was that none of our schools qualify for the community eligibility program. None of our schools have over 40% of our students or over are direct certified. So that means they are directly certified through SNAP, through Medicaid, through TAMP, through those other programs those assistance programs that are there. So that is not even an option for Beatrice Public Schools to look at like it has been in the past. So I'm proposing the lunch prices that we raise them by 10 cents for everything across the board.
Okay. Thank you, Jackie. Any questions, comments?
How much is this supported by donations?
Currently, we have received right around $3,200 worth of donations. So that does help. The one thing that we did calculate for the full year is we have a $10,000 shortfall. So we are still right around $6,800 short. So that's the thing is taking donations for the lunch program is absolutely vital to us continuing to help families. And so any way that we can figure out a way, or any way that we can figure out other community members, other community partners, other community agencies to help tap into, to fundraise for the lunch program would be fantastic. We are open.
Thank you.
Just a couple of comments along those lines. Charles, I'm glad you asked that question, because the one thing that Beatrice Public Schools has never done, to my knowledge anyway, is tell a student, no, we are not going to feed you. We have
Yes.
always fed every student, even if it meant having a deficit and then coming back and trying to seek out donations or so forth to help cover that cost. So that's just an important thing that I think everybody knows, that we've never told a kid you can't eat today or prepared a different lunch for them or whatever. We've always fed every student.
Great.
Good.
Did the elementary go down significantly The free and reduced children that qualify for free and reduced?
The ones that were direct certified, because the elementary is still right at 65% free and reduced lunch. So we have 65% of our families fill out the forms and get qualified by filling out the forms. But direct certified, yes, it did go down. And so that was interesting to see. I was expecting the elementary to qualify or at least be 45, 50% direct certified, but they were right at 39%. So they did not qualify or meet the guidelines for CEP. And what's interesting is I was looking at the newspaper today, and Omaha Public Schools, they are no longer, 100% of their schools are no longer at that direct certification, that CEP level, so they cannot provide, next year they will not provide free and reduced lunches or free lunches for all of their buildings. They will do some, but they will not do all.
Oh my.
Yeah, and I don't know why the numbers went down from previous years, but they did for us, and that is why I sent an email about CEP, but did not do a program because, or did not do a presentation because we cannot do it.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. All right, last up, Administrator's Report. Mr. Alexander.
So just a few things to update you on. We have scheduled the 1-year warranty walkthrough with Houseman and BCDM for this Wednesday at 10 o'clock. So it's called a walkthrough, but that's not technically everything that happens. We sit down and talk about all the warranty issues in the building that have been tracked throughout the course of the year, which ones are still outstanding, because there are some that are outstanding that work will be done in July on those things. So that is scheduled for Wednesday. Hard to believe that it's that time. We're 1 year out, but I guess that's how fast time goes. Just as an update for our public that may be watching, the sewer issue was a wad of paper towels about the size of a football that got caught in the sewer line. So once we got that out, everything flowed the way it should. Our preventative maintenance agreement for 2025-2026 will be in review in the next coming weeks. That covers, the preventative maintenance agreement covers heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems across the entire district. So we'll be reviewing that and adding in the elementary now that it will no longer be on warranty. So I'll be bringing that to you in the coming weeks. We did receive notice today that our Stronger Connections grant for bipartisan Safer Community Acts competitive grant of $147,000 may be in jeopardy on the basis of federal cuts. That is the grant that helps us provide a
Licensed mental health therapist at the elementary school.
thank you, because I was struggling to remember that, licensed mental health therapist at the elementary school. So if that happens, we are in a 2-year agreement, we will be required to pay that and make up the difference. So we just received notification of that today. Some projects that have been completed that you will see coming in the billing cycle that I told you about. The turf is done. We have purchased the house on Scott Street, 2707 Scott Street. The Hevelone carpet they tore it out today, so that's being updated and it's in process. So that will be coming. The elementary playground additions, the middle school roofing fix, that's been fixed, so you'll be seeing the final payments on that. And then we have various cement additions and repairs going on at both the high school and the elementary that will be coming your way as well. So just a heads up on that. To end on some very positive news for you, and I think this is really neat from the standpoint that the work that you as a board do to try and make sure that we bring people back on a year-to-year basis should be reflected or should be recognized. And so we sent personal thank yous and letters to 32 paraeducators this year that met the salary stipend requirements for missing less than 5 days of work as an absentee incentive. So a few years ago, the board made that decision to give a stipend to those people, those paraeducators that missed 5 or less days of work in both the first semester or 5 or less days in the second semester. So we felt we're very fortunate to be blessed with plenty of good paraeducators, and to recognize them and show an appreciation of a stipend, I think goes a long ways. And we personally write a thank you on each one of those letters that goes out. Similarly, we also do that for our substitute teachers. And we sent personalized thank yous to a total of 15 substitute teachers that substituted 30 days or more this year. And so that's just another way. It's not huge. It's not like they can go buy a new car or something, but it's just a $100 stipend to say thank you for substituting 30 days or more. And we will be talking about these stipends coming up in correlation with paid sick leave, because we also know that as a school we're exempt from having to do that, but the question is going to be, do we want to do that? And so we are reviewing those now, what other schools do and so forth, to bring in. It probably will include discussion with these stipends as well. But good news is we had some very dedicated paraeducators and substitute teachers that were great. We are extremely thankful for, and couldn't get the school year completed without their help. So wanted everybody to know that. And that is all I have.
I'd say it will be interesting to compare the costs for maintenance and utilities with the facilities that we have.
Yeah. As compared to last year when it
Yes.
was on warranty.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Notification of next meeting. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education will be July 14th, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the Administration Building. The Committee of the Whole meeting will be June 23rd, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. in the Administration Building. An agenda for the meeting, which shall be kept continually current, is readily available for public inspection at the Superintendent's office during normal business hours. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move that the Board of Education, District 15, adjourn.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. Your votes, please.
20 minutes.
And we are